Hi, BookTube, it's Amy. So I've read the second story in J.M.Barrie's collection, Echoes of the War, called The New Word. And the new word referenced here is dear, dear father. So this is sort of a one-scene story about Roger, who is 19 years old and is preparing to go off to the war. And his mother is sort of on his father's case to have a heart-to-heart talk with him to show more affection. She is concerned that they don't feel comfortable in each other's presence. And so Roger's father does make an effort after dinner, the night before Roger is supposed to take his train to go and serve. And it's a very awkward scene between Roger and his father. They are, very gruff, typical men who don't want to talk about their feelings, that sort of uh, stereotype. But then they do, and they have this beautiful heart to heart conversation where they realized how alike they are. And Mr. Torrance, Roger's father, talks about what it means to him to be older, to no longer be the fighting generation. There's one line in here where he says, you know what I thought of in 1914 when war was declared and I realized they were going to need a lot of us. I thought about getting into shape. I didn't think about the fact that I had a son. And he says after trying for a week to get into shape and running in the park, he realized that this war was not that of his generation, and he began to look towards his son. And we don't know how this story turns out. We don't know how it ends because we leave with Roger going off. And I think part of what makes the new word so emotional to read is just the thought that he is going into trench warfare. Roger is going off to war and he may not come back. And this may be the very last conversation that he has with his father and that his father remembers having with him. And they come to an agreement that they are going to show affection, not for themselves, because as long as they know that affection is there, that connection is there, they don't need to show anyone. But they are willing to show that affection. And Roger is willing to call his father dear father for their mother because it will make her happy. It will make her beam. And so a second very sweet story in this collection. And I'll be moving on to story number 3, Barbara's Wedding.